I'm Daniela Cope, Professor of Psychology here at Penn Highlands. Welcome to our advisory committee. Thank you so much for agreeing to serve and be a part of helping us to ensure that Penn Highlands students receive a paramount education. Our psychology degree is TAOC approved, ensuring our students access to the Pennsylvania State College system. Additionally, we have signed articulation agreements with those institutions listed here. And I've added a testimonial from a former psychology student, Liz Roskowski. The only major change that we've had to the psychology program since its creation is a revision to our statistics requirement with PSY 299 Elementary Statistics, which is now a 4-credit course.
Hello everyone, I'm Yvette Madison, Professor of Social Work and the Program Coordinator of 4 of our social work programs. The Social Work AA degree, Social Work AAS degree, our Substance Abuse Technician certificate, as well as our Direct Care Professional certificate. So I want to take a few moments and review information on all 4 of these programs and close out with a nice little surprise for everybody. Our social work program, AA degree, was created and is in line with the Pennsylvania State program, the Program Articulation Agreement for social work degrees. And within this program, or on this slide you see here, I have the framework that we follow for the social work degree program. The framework includes courses that correspond with or are in line with the Council for Social Work or Council on Social Work Education, their standards and competencies that students must meet. Now, the focus of our social work program, again, is to get students prepared, those who may be interested in enrolling or transferring to a 4-year college or university in a Bachelor's of Social Work degree program. So within our social work program, when we created this program, and actually let me backtrack and say that this program was created when we removed or deleted the Human Services program. Some of you may be familiar with that. So we no longer have the Human Services program, and instead we have the social work program. So in order to follow the competencies as set forth by the Council on Social Work Education, there were 4 courses that were created that are counted as major specific courses. And those courses are the Introduction to Social Work, which would be your blue book on the bottom right, the Families in Society, which would be the book at the top left corner, Social Welfare, which would be the book on the lower left corner, and Ethics in the Social Sciences, which would be the book cover in the upper right corner. Now, the social work program is scheduled for program review, during the 23-24 academic year. The next program that I want to talk with you about is our Social Service Assistant AAS degree program. Now, the Social Service Assistant AAS degree program is one that was implemented in the 2019-2020 academic year. This is a non-TAOC option for students who are interested in going into the workforce upon graduation. So this program is created in order to provide students with introductory level information and competency skills to be able to function as a case manager or case manager assistant. Again, this program is a non-TAOC option. It does transfer to 4-year colleges and universities. However, it is intended for students who are interested in going immediately into the workforce. Now, this program had been scheduled for program review during the 2024-25 academic year. However, we will be reviewing this program also in the 2023-24 academic year, along with the social work degree program. Now, the first of our 2 certificates would be our Substance Abuse Technician certificate. This certificate was implemented in spring of 2019, And this is a certificate that was created in order, again, just to provide introductory information and introductory skill levels for students or for people who may be currently working within an addiction treatment facility, or those that have an interest in finding employment in a addiction treatment facility, or actually even just wanting to further their education in addiction treatment. So within this certificate program, this is a stackable certificate. So meaning that this certificate, as well as the direct support professional certificate, can be stacked into either the social service assistant degree, or these courses can be taken as electives in the social work degree programs. So under the substance abuse treatment certificate, there were 3 courses that were created, major specific courses, and they include our ADD 115, which is the Introduction to Chemical Dependency, which cross-list as a social course, a sociology course. ADD 125, which is Drugs in Society, also can cross-list as a sociology course. And then ADD 225, which is the Introduction to Chemical Dependency Counseling. That one can cross-list as a psychology program or as a psychology course. Our final certificate that I want to talk with you about is our Direct Support Professional certificate. Now, this certificate, we collaborated with industry folks, long-term care agencies and organizations in Cambria County that had an interest in providing some type of certificate program or offering a certificate program to their direct care professionals. And that's how we came about in creating this certificate. Now, this certificate was also implemented in spring of 2019. And this certificate also offers introductory information for folks wanting to enter into the workforce at an entry-level position and having that direct care opportunity in working in long-term care facilities, rehabilitation facilities, personal care homes, or transitional residential facilities. So in this certificate, there were 3 courses that were created. And again, this is a stackable certificate. So with that being said, this certificate can, again, transfer into, once completed, the credits can transfer into the social service assistant degree program, as well as being electives in the social work AA program. So the 3 courses that were created for this certificate include SWK 117, which is your interviewing and documentation course, SWK 120, which is health information for social sciences, and PSY 140, which is your behavior management. Now, in talking about these programs, actually, let me go back because I need to tell you, specifically in the course of SWK 117, interviewing and documentation, we had the Pennsylvania Highlands Community College, we had secured grant funding through the Lee Initiative. And we also had some additional grant funding that we were able to collaborate with CTC in creating. I'm so excited, y'all. We created a counseling avatar, and her name, this is the surprise I was telling y'all about. Her name is Mika. She is she is our counseling avatar. Mika is used and implemented in SWK 117, the interviewing and documentation course. Mika is one that, again, we created in partnership with CTC. And I will forward to you all the link that you can have access to Mika and maybe look around in her case study file. Mika is a young lady that is struggling with some personal issues, some family issues, as she is a student in higher ed. And Mika was one that, again, as we created her, there were several different scripts that we went through until we found something that we really enjoyed. And the voice of Mika, dare I say, is one of our own. Who would it be? It's me. So Mika, she was on display in the Showcase of Commerce in 2022 at the CTC booth, and she offered a lot of opportunities for our students in this program, in the direct support professional program. Some of the comments that the students had about Mika. One student said the flow went well. It accurately showed how a client can occasionally drone on, and that you must keep them on track with what they're saying. Also shows what clients sound like when they're kind of being short, because there's a portion in Mika's character where she kind of like gets a little antsy with her counselor as they're asking questions. Another student stated, I like the speed that Mika the avatar spoke in. It was easy to understand and follow. Another student says, it was well put together and the responses to choose from, weren't excessively obvious. Those with poor empathic abilities might have picked less than ideal responses, which is good to show how compassion is required for counseling. Another student stated, I like the realness of conversation with a client. So Mika truly has been a beneficial, I apologize, a beneficial tool for our students in the program, giving them an opportunity to actually apply and learn or test out some of the things that they've been working on. Other things that I want to mention to you about our enhancements is that for the social work program, I have created some program-specific marketing material or information material. On this slide, you see we have bookmarks that we make available, as well as half-sheet informational items that are made available during all of our recruitment opportunities. It is provided to our admissions department, our students, and I use that actually when we are welcoming in our new students during student orientation, and we use it also at our open house. We also have some very program-specific marketing incentives. We have water bottle. We have a car magnet that we use. And also, one of the things that I'm most proud of in our social work degree program is we also have, and I'm going to hold this over my face, student ambassadors in the social work program. So what this means is that when we identify students in the social work or social service assistant degree programs, I speak with them and ask them if they would be willing to serve as program ambassadors. Now, as program ambassadors, what they are required to do is to participate with me when we have recruiting activities or events. So during open house, during student orientation, I ask them to wear their shirts. I ask them to participate in just talking with our incoming students about some of the ins and outs of social work, what their plans are in the social work degree program. And again, just as a way to acknowledge our students and the work that they are doing in the program. So other things, I'm going to go back. Other things that I want to tell you about within our program is we have secured some very specific articulation agreements outside of the TAOC agreements, which would be students can transfer into our state colleges and universities at a junior level into a bachelor's of social work program. And that is only coming from the social work AA degree. We have transfer articulation agreements for both our social work and social service assistant programs with St. Francis University into Francis Worldwide, their behavioral health program, 3+1, Seton Hill University into their behavioral health program, 3+1, which is also online, and also with Southern New Hampshire University, that is an online human services degree program. As we go on through the 2023-24 academic year, just want to mention that there are some things that we're going to be looking at specifically that we'll be speaking with you about for the social work program as well as for the psychology degree program. Both programs will be going under the program review process. Now, as I stated earlier, for the social work program, I will be reviewing social work AA, social service assistant AAS, the substance abuse certificate as well as the direct support certificate. So all four of those will be in the review process in the 2023-24 academic year. So some of the things that we want to be looking at in that review process would be just reviewing our courses under the TAOC agreement, making sure social work maintains the integrity of that agreement. We'll be looking at courses in the social service assistant degree program. One of the big things that I want to speak with you all about, or that Dancy and I both want to touch bases with you on, are marketing of our programs and how do we look at student recruitment, especially within the high schools. So that's what we're going to be asking for a lot of your input with that as well. Some of the other things that we want to look at in the upcoming year would be improvements or additions that we may want to make to MICA. So I'm going to be asking you all about funding opportunities, if you're aware of any. And maybe after you look at MICA's case study, you have some input on maybe some different case scenarios that you'd like to see us use for MICA. The last thing that we want to talk about with the social work program are going to be partnering opportunities with area agencies or organizations, looking at professional development and or workforce development opportunities that we could partner with agencies and organizations on, and maybe creating an outline, creating courses, meeting the need for our social service agencies and organizations in the area. So that is everything, good people, in regards to our relationship to our social work, social service assistant, substance abuse certificate, and our direct care certificate. Daniela Cope, she gave you information on our psychology program. And so if you have any questions, comments, concerns from this information, we invite you to feel free to reach out to us. My direct number is 814-262-6408, and Daniela's direct number, I apologize, but I don't know it by heart, but you can reach her through 814-262-6400. Our email address will be, of course, in the email that we send to you, but you can also contact us through email as well. All right, I thank you again for being participants and members of the Social Sciences Advisory Committee. We look forward to working with you in the fall semester and meeting with you again, and we'll be providing additional updates at that time. In closing, again, I invite you to check out MICA's website, check out MICA's, I should say her case study that the students have to participate in, and give us your thoughts on that, your impressions. We appreciate any and all input and feedback that you all offer for all of the programs that we have in our social sciences division. All right, hope everybody has a great day, and we look forward. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we will be meeting again in late summer, the end of August, beginning of September, but we will be in contact with you all to secure a meeting date and time. Thank you again for your participation, and I hope you all have a great day.